Alright, welcome back to more Standard on Arena with me, Autumn, aka Rainy the Witch. We've been loving this Temur deck on stream recently. Temur deck, two great decks mashed together. We've got the Heritage Cutter deck, where we have Cori-Steel Cutter, Stormchaser's Talent, and a bunch of ways to trigger prowess. And then we have the Beans Townie Big Enough deck that traditionally plays Tolarian Terror and Crab, Eddie Crab, as cards that are made cheaper by having spells in the yard and that trigger your beanstalks, and your towns trigger your beanstalks, and it's a great package. But in this deck we're playing Hearth Elemental. It's a cool way to trigger beanstalks but also turn your Analyze the Pollens into divinations by finding Hearth Elemental. A really sick deck. We've been winning with it a lot on stream. One of the cool things about this deck is it makes Tarnation Vista look really powerful. Sometimes you get to have, you know, a white permanent from your monk, a red from the Cori-Steel, a green from the beanstalk, a blue from the Stormchasers, and suddenly your Tarnation Vista is tapping for 4 mana with a low cost of 2 lands. Pretty powerful stuff. I've been enjoying this deck a lot. Let's get into some matches with it. Sure. Guess this is fine. I hope this Torch the Tower is a live card against our opponent, but Lush Portico, please don't. Okay, they're domain. Main a little bit spooky, but we did beat them the one time we faced them. Fortunately, my opponent has Beanstalk advantage. Play out Vista. Do we name blue or green? If we name green, we can always just analyze for a blue source anyway. Oh, we might also want red though, because we have like half. I might just want to name red. Yeah, this is a real tough matchup to have double torch plus furnace. Our hand. Gonna be slightly hard to convert those if my opponent doesn't play Mistmoors. Okay. Ooh, our own Beanstalk is nice. Let's just fire this off. Yes, it could get answered and that would suck. So maybe there's a world where I meant to hold it to get a 2-for-1 later. Or a 3-for-1 instead of a 2-for-1. But I think this is fine. Right. What about right end? Guess that's fine. The random high mana value cards in the graveyard for analyzing this deck. Yeah, you have Furnace and the Hearth Elemental. Very cute. Analyze. This is Temur. Temur is always the best deck in free format. Don't believe anyone who tells you otherwise. Second Beanstalk. Huh. I don't have green, but be good at some point. Yeah, some people play Nemesis in the sideboard of that deck. I think not playing Rao, I think it's very hard to convince me not to play Rao. Rao is just kind of both really powerful and like a very different angle of attack to the rest of the deck. But I do think Nemesis is a totally reasonable card to play. Even if I wouldn't necessarily play it over Rao. Oh, the Otters combo. You might have to ship me a list. I don't know if I've seen that one. Go Beanstalk. Go Elemental. Draw 2. Don't get down my tap land this way, but I might end up using the free mana on some or something nice. Interesting. So I can technically do both of these. Yeah, that makes sense, Callie. It just ends up costing 2 mana. But oh yes, it doesn't because it makes blue. Yeah. Interesting. I'm probably meant to play this talent and not play this analyze. Please don't zur me. They zur me, I don't really know what I do. Okay, cool. Very hyped for Zur to rotate, I'm gonna be honest. Oh boy. Yeah. Kinda stinks for us. That's a good draw at least. Don't know if it's gonna be good enough, but it's something, you know. It's something. We go for a furnace. Kills the Zur. Then gear in the top right. I don't think the game's necessarily over. I do agree it's not looking great for our hero. But I wouldn't describe it as over. Oh, this is gonna make the elemental cost a bunch more, I guess. Oh, but then we cast Heritage and we're mostly back again. I guess I could hold this, but I feel like I have enough stuff going on that I can just cast it. Get down by 4/5. Okay, play this top land. I'm gonna go to 5. You don't miss the 4 colors that matter. Same. Oh, thanks, Jimara. What do I do here? These stupid 2/1s, huh? I guess I don't get to draw off the beans this way. Oh, I could also just activate. I got rid of my torches. No. That's so sad. I should have left the torch in the yard. I didn't really expect to need it, but obviously I don't need the ops. Being able to torch this insect, be on 5 instead of 3. Gives us a bit more breathing room on later turns. Wow, somehow we're not dead. Genuinely baffling. Wild stuff. Get back this heritage. God, I need to pressure them, but I also need to not lose to Xur on the Beanstalks. I guess I could just start killing Beanstalks. Kind of illegal. A little bit unfortunate that taking this line doesn't let me recur the Heritage into my hand this turn, though. I guess I can equip a Hearth so that it can... But then lockdown means they kill me, so that's not legal. Am I out of basics to tutor? I think I am, right? Eliza. I go to 1. Good stuff. Yeah, I am. Oh. Very possible I meant to be casting this Analyze for the prowess trigger here. Alright. Use this white mana. Thank you. Fascinating. We can draw 3 cards. We can opt. They're gonna die this turn. Who wanted me to concede earlier? 15, 19, 23, 27. Yeah, the blocker is no longer there, notably. Wow, we actually won that game. We actually won the game where they attacked with 2 Zerd creatures on turn 5. Oh my god. Oh my god, y'all. Actually crazy stuff. Actively ridiculous. Did my torches just... I don't know how many Flood Maws to have. The best deck in Standard, apparently. Kinda want some deal 5s. Twinmaw is a much worse deal 5, notably. This cutter card's okay. Yeah, this cutter card has a bright, though somewhat momentary future ahead of it. Spellbase kind of stinks. Very awkward. Yes, we're gonna have it. Thank you everyone for watching the stream. If you're enjoying watching, make sure to give it a follow to know when I go live. I stream Standard on Arena most Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I also have a YouTube channel. Links on screen, in chat. My editor does a great job of uploading my Twitch VODs to my YouTube. Lots of great content there from the past few months of Standard. Definitely worth giving a look. I also have a Patreon, which is one of the very best ways to support me. If you're enjoying my content, want me to keep making more of it, want me to have a roof over my head, Patreon's definitely the place. Check out. Lots of good content up there as well. I write articles strategy guides, all that good stuff over on the Patreon. So probably once every week or two, I'll put something up. We have a guide for standard Izzet Prowess up there. I've updated a couple times. I'm going to do another update probably tomorrow or the day after to have a finalized deck list for the deck before Final Fantasy comes into the format. I also have a guide up there for Modern Temur Eldrazi, which is my current modern deck. Again, probably going to update that soon, but it's already pretty up to date. Very nice deck listing guide for that one. So worth giving a look. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Cutter's nice. Cutter is nice, but I want to hold open Disdainful Stroke. And I kind of want to find some card advantage. Such as this Hearth Elemental. Very nice. Yeah, you had some really nice words to say about the Patreon. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I would be very surprised if Cori-Steel Cutter remains. But also, I suppose anything could happen. It feels like that card should probably go. But what do I know? Guess I'm gonna give up a damage here so that they can't Ride's End. They're gonna Leyline Binding instead. Cool. Pretty strong. Them having beans and us not having beans. Not ideal. Yeah, I mean, the reality is Cutter plus. Oh my god, I'm so dead. Classic Disdainful Stroke not being Get Out. Need to put some Get Outs in my sideboard, apparently. Apparently, I need to put some Get Outs in my sideboard. How do I ever win this game? Maybe I had to Disdainful Stroke the Leyline Binding. That feels like it would have been so miserable there. That's like kind of just asking to lose, but maybe I just had to. Just had to accept it and take the exchange. Yeah, it will be over 40% of day 2 at the PT. I agree. And then it will be gone from the format. There's basically no other way this can go in my mind. It's going to ruin the Pro Tour, and then it's going to be removed from the format. It won't win the PT. Only 50% of top 32 with 2 mirrors in top 8, so clearly it's not the best deck. Incredible. What percentage was Nadu at the PT? I can't remember, but I know that, like, I believe it's commonly understood that Nadu should have been banned a lot earlier than it was. I have to imagine Wizards would admit to that if they were seriously asked. Maybe that's giving a lot of credit, but I don't know. Feels hard to convince me that they wouldn't believe that Nadu was actually maybe a bit too good, you know? %, but there were 5 in top 8 and 4 in top 4. Phenomenal. Wow. That really says a lot, huh? I don't want to cast this town until they force me to cast it. Am I just drawing 1 with my Hearth Elemental? I guess I am. Because the town's going to refresh my grip anyway. I kind of don't really need to do the draw 2 on Hearth. Oh my god, we drew the Twinmaw. I really want to kill this But then I don't have town open to protect my garbage. So yes, I'm just not doing that. I'm slightly worried that if I attack, they can flash in a binding and embarrass me, and I don't think their life total matters very much at the moment. Okay. Yep. Yep. Oh, non-flying. Also that. An excellent point. Many excellent points. Oh my god, stop playing Leyline Binding. Sucks. Great. Yeah, I agree. It's very spooky, Civ. In the Arceus, it has like a 51 or 52% win rate and goes up in meta percentage between day 1 and 2. Despite literally everyone trying their hardest to gun for the deck and beat it. And like everyone playing all these main deck lockdown decks. And it killing off like 2 or 3 major decks from the meta. Like Esper Pixie just doesn't exist anymore because it's bad against Cutter. And despite mirror matches normalizing the win rate towards 50%. And it's still positive win rate. And converting well, you know? It's crazy. Genuinely crazy. Alright, 1-on-1. Game 3, let's go. We're gonna have beans, they're not gonna have beans. Game's gonna be easy. This is the plan. This is the plan, chat. What happened to Esper Pixie in the last PT? I think it put up a reasonable win rate. I can't really remember. Exactly. I know it didn't dominate, it was just like a fine deck. But also people hadn't fully tuned it for that PT, I feel. Like, people hadn't discovered Stock Up for that PT. I feel like Stock Up was pretty integral to Esper Pixie becoming such a good deck for that format. So I would say that. I'm slightly biased. Am I ever allowed to just pass with Heritage open instead of playing Cutter? Yeah, I agree, Emily. The like Hex Mage version of Pixie was fine. The deck became a lot more fun and interesting to me when it actually just became a mid-range deck. Oh my god. This was obviously the problem when we kept this hand. It's just unfortunate it has fully materialized like this. Where we're bricking on 3rd land and can't double spell for Cutter. This was obviously the fail case of this hand. It's just very unfortunate that it's actually come true. Anyway, draw a card. Find a land. That's good. Good at least. Get in for 1. Acceptable. Please don't ever draw beans, my friend. I know Cavern is nice. I could do that, Jamura. I feel like I really wanted the Disdainful Stroke and Overlord. Named Human. Cool. Spooky. Tiniest bit spooky. They did name Wizard last time, it's true. Couldn't tell you why the change of heart. Yeah, the auto tapper is genuinely heinous with this deck. It's kind of incredible. Oh my god, this doesn't hit flyers. It can't do my steel cutter thing. Scream. Scream. I don't really want to do anything but return a spell here, I guess. Please don't murder me, my friend. I guess trading an otter for a flyer is fine, right? Maybe this is bad because this is going to become a free at some point soon. And them trading with cutters is so much worse. Okay, we got in the damage. Made the right attack, apparently. Yike. Terrifying. Apparently we are dead. Apparently the game has concluded. So that's fun. Balanced Magic the Gathering card. Yeah, Up the Beanstalk. Gotta be one of the Magic cards of all time. I don't love leaving them with these Up the Beanstalks. Maybe their hand is made of pudding. Maybe. Hand but hope. Well, that doesn't quite qualify as pudding. Oh, I guess I can Heritage Reclamation Authority, actually. Oh, maybe we're in this game. Maybe their hand was made of pudding. I think their hand was made of pudding, chat. In shocking news. Need them not to have Ride's End. They have Ride's End, we just turbo die. This grabbing Hearth Elemental makes the Hearth Elemental not terribly castable. Oh, they have a fish. Kill the fish. Yeah, they do have a fish I can roast now. I guess I can just do this. Alright, please don't have Ride's End. Oh my god, we won that game. Let's go. Let's go. Cori-Steel Cutter claims another victim. That was a nice one. That was a nice little win. The eternal question of what to name with a Tarnation Vista. Oh yeah, Gruul Delirium's looking nice, that's true. Wait, what? We queued into poison. Well, I really wanted to get this cutter going, but it feels slightly obligatory to answer this card on site. Otherwise, we will turbo die. Which is, honestly the worst kind of dying. Oh, it's a spell for Cutter at least. It could be worse. It could be worse. That plan is like fine, but Furnace is a banger. Yeah, we needed to find a town target. Now we found one. Oh yeah, the poison achievement. I don't know that I care enough about the achievements to go out of my way for any of them, but alright. I wish to deal 4 to your 4/4. Please and thank you. May proceed. Artifact? Oh, I guess they're actually gonna get to hit me next turn because of the Scrolve. That planned. Or Sheltered by Ghosts. Classic. Sheltered by Ghosts is like the most toxic deck card ever. Gotta cheese those wins. Oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about Lorcana. It's actually kind of sweet. Actually kind of sweet. Wow, opponent doesn't do anything. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Destroy target artifact. Right? And then I just bounce the Crueling Chorus. And the Furnace. To get my token. I don't know at what point I start attacking them. Missing out on free damage is kind of a lot. When I literally have a blocker in play. But they could play the stupid 1/4 and hit my token and then hit me for 2 poison and suddenly this is online. I'm pretty interested in just being defensive for a tiny bit longer, I think. It feels like I'm about to like massively take over this game in every conceivable way, so why take risks? Alright, fire off the furnace. Kill the scroll. Get our token. Probably now swing with a token. Wow, this Cori-Steel Cutter deck is so good against Toxic, huh? In shocking news. I just have so many blockers. The blockers never stop. Red, right? Yep. Get in with a free, and then we probably kill them next turn, I imagine. Update the Patreon of the toxic matchup, indeed, indeed. 1-0. Once I get these Pyroclasms in here, I know that much. Heritage Reclamation is like not terrible against them, right? Just because it kills Skrelv, and Skrelv's pretty scary. Spellpierce seems bad. I don't know how many Flood Maws to have. Their cards are also cheap that I worry it's gonna trade down a lot. Definitely removes some amount of beans. Oh, it hits Hive. Yeah, Hive is pretty scary. Hive is a card we could realistically lose to. So hitting Hive is actually very important, I think. But I don't know how many beans to have. It's like kind of nice, but it might just be unnecessary. I have all these heritages. They seem fine enough, and I'm pretty scared of... Yeah, play beans over dispersals, maybe? Yeah. I'm just gonna have it like that. I don't know. Hard to know how many bounces to have. The bounces aren't amazing, but they can do things. Help us keep up on the draw. Okay, mulligan. I don't love this, but I suppose I will keep. Uh-oh. Bad news is we do not currently have a removal spell for the single best card in that deck by an astronomical margin. So that's a problem. Comes Water Singer. Dang. Well, suppose I'm not blocking. I don't know if I'm ever allowed to play out the second Stormchasers here. I feel like I have to say go. Feel great though. Okay. So we can block the 2/2. I could just cantrip to trade. I could also bounce the Rock and the Stormchaser. Sounds kind of reasonable, although a little bad if they play a bloated Contaminator, I suppose. Yike. Well, at least I didn't take anything, but I'm also not getting anywhere, so you know. Upsides and downsides. Kind of red source. Okay, the Stormchasers. I think we might be in a lot of trouble this game. Not having the removal for the turn 1 Rot Priest. Such an issue going along. Furnace doesn't trigger Rot Priest, that's hilarious. Common Furnace W. Well, I wish to cast a 4/5, please. Long may it block. Many good years of blocking ahead. I guess the bloated attacks is a 5/5. Not ideal, but I also wonder this king. Yeah. Card's pretty important. Oh. Sucks to lose our half elemental, but at least we are able to block. Draw a card, dig for something nice here. Pyroclasm would be pretty absurd. Another half elemental would be pretty great too. Got some good abilities. God, Pyroclasm would be amazing. Actually, just the best. Come on. Come on, Pyroclasm. That's kind of some. Almost. Kind of actually quite good, huh? We have a prowess trigger for that turn. So 3/3 gets to go on Duelist. 2/2s probably get to block some things. My opponent's a bit aggressive here. Oh, I guess they can seed call the Duelist before attacking with it. Pretty insane. Pretty powerful. Seed call looking spooky. We're still only on 4 poison, so could be a lot worse. Oh, they're just gonna go for the grind plan of this Crawling Chorus. Interesting. Attacks of Sentry, Crawling Chorus. Just attacks of Crawling Chorus. Crazy. Okay. I don't think I want to kill the Sentry. I think I'd rather draw a card. We have some really good cards in our deck right now. That is one of them. Let me tell you about my friend Hearth Elemental. Pretty phenomenal. Oh, I'd love to like have this Dispersal, but I think drawing 2 and playing a Hearth Elemental is a bit too good to pass up on. Hey. Got to have it anyway, apparently. Right. It'll be increasingly harder for my opponent to ever hit me. Pretty soon we assemble Town Loop, which is not terribly good against this Rock Priest card, but you know. Oh wait, we can analyze for a half elemental soon. Stoke Genius Bug, indeed, indeed. Yeah, the discard bug's working its hardest right now. So true. Do I ever want to just Dispersal this and keep my half elemental and play a turn? I take 1 poison. That's kind of fine. I get to dig for something really nice. I guess if this is the plan, I should at least block and see if they use a trick. They do not. Yeah, I'm gonna use this Dispersal. There's so many absurd cards to find. I quite like surveilling to her. It means we keep our half elemental around. Oh, let's see. Sure. Why not? Have our cake and eat it. Seems good. I wish to draw 2 cards. Please and thank you. I wish to have a 4/5. At some point I should maybe consider starting to attack them. Maybe next turn I start attacking. Honestly, this half elemental might just have a free attack here. Yeah, get in for 4. There you go. Indeed, Effie, indeed. It's very silly. Exceptionally silly. Should also trigger on landfall. If you've cast two or more spells or played 2 or more lands this turn. Burton Sheeney's favorite card. Indeed, Ren, indeed. They really do be like that. I think I have a town in my yard. Okay, excellent. Do it. Bounce 2 talents, get some tokens, get some prowess. I guess there's no need to attack with more than like a couple. We're gonna kill them next turn anyway, right? This board state is very limited coded. I think that's just most board states against Toxic. Probably should have named blue. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna be tapping for free mana anyway. Alright, opponent. Come on. Why isn't there a deck with Rot Priest plus Monstrous Rage? I mean, those cards are kind of attacking from slightly different angles, right? Rot Priest cares about poison. Monstrous Rage cares about life. Alright, here comes the big attack. Opponent's final push. Block this. Block this. I don't even have to chump block that much, right? I don't know. I'm only taking 3 at the moment. Kind of feels like my decisions here are somewhat immaterial. Sure. Oh, that's a green permanent for my Vista. That's adorable. You'd love to see it. Also, they're dead, but you know, details. Yeah, yes, there are green toxic cards. There's the blue. Blue is only proliferates the toxic, right? Oh yeah, it does give poison counters too. Yeah, it must just be red that doesn't get the toxic. But also Urabrask in the story like rebelled against the other Eldrazi or something. Right? So there's like an actual reason for red not to have many toxic cards.